in the key of E, there is a G sharp. So, let's see. All right, we have a fifth here. That is not perfect. They are not the same accidental. So what's been happening? Remember I told you about this, you know? You have an A sharp and an E. E sharp would be here. So what's been happening? It's got compressed. So A sharp dim. All right. This one also is not a perfect fifth either. You can always double check and make sure that that's in the gear. All right, so here is the compression with that way. So you have E diminished. All right, you got this crazy looking one here. It is one of the few times you'll ever see a chord that has A flat and A sharp in it. Okay, if I made this major, if it was just going to be a major chord, so I would have to have a B flat, a D, and an F. That would make it major. Now what's happened to it is you've extended it to make it augmented. And that's why you have that weird looking chart. Okay, C flat. Same thing if you want to bring everything to up a step. So you have a C, an E, and it goes up. So all of a sudden you have that G sharp. Well, that means it's been stretched. So there is C flat augmented. Okay, the key of D flat. Remember there's no F, so that's just D flat. All right, in the key of G, what is that supposed to be? The key of G, there's only one sharp. So that's been flatted and that's been flatted. So you get a diminished because both the third and the fifth has been flatted. All right, here's your lovely, lovely, lovely thing of this thing. So there's no F. You have to have, there's no accidental on this because it's to be an F. That's that crazy one. In the key of B, there's no D flat and it's been flatted. So it is minor. In the key of F, it's supposed to be a B flat. There is a sharp in it, so it's been expanded. So we have an F augmented. And in the key of G, there is no B flat, so it's been lowered. So it has a G minor. In the key of B, there's supposed to be a F sharp and a G sharp right there, right? And it's not. They've both been lowered, so that means it's been diminished. All right, this is another crazy one. If you just want to bring everything, get rid of those accidentals, so we just do this. There's F. That major? Yeah. So that means that major. That's major. All right. A. All right, in the key of A, there's supposed to be a C sharp in there, right? That's been lowered, and that's been lowered. A diminished. Okay, this one, another one, if you have a hard time figuring it out and thinking, can't figure out what it could be, just bring it down. So that's a G, that's a B flat, that's a D flat. So that's right there. The key of G, supposed to be nothing there. That's been flatted, that's been flatted. So the third and the fifth have been lowered. So that makes it a G sharp diminished. All right. Key of A, remember again? It's supposed to have an A, C sharp, and an E. It's not. That's been lowered. So we have an A diminished. All right, same thing with this one. You can't figure. See, in the key of C, there is supposed to be nothing there, and that's been lowered, and that's been lowered. So the third and fifth have been lowered. So that means this is a C diminished. All right. In the key of E, there is supposed to be a G sharp, not a B. So what's been happening? Well, this is fifth has been expanded. So it's augmented. This one, bring everything up a half step or down a half step. So let's do this. So that's that. That's been flatted. So the key of G, that's been flatted. So that's flat. So that's G sharp minor. This is supposed to have an A sharp in it. That's been lowered. So there's A minor. All right, another one, a crazy one. If you don't want to figure out what F flat key or whatever, because you know there isn't. So you go up at the half step. So bring everything up. So bring everything up. That turns into that. So the key of F, that's been raised. So that's not a perfect fifth there. So that's been augmented. It's been stretched out from what was supposed to be a C to C sharp. So we have an F augmented. All right, the key of F sharp. It's supposed to have an A in it, right? According to the circle fifths, and how much it's supposed to be. And it's not. It's been lowered, so that's minor. Instead of figuring out what it is in C sharp, let's bring everything up. So that's supposed to be a C. That makes that an E flat. That makes that a G flat. That looks diminished to me because you have a flat third and flat fifth. So that means this is a C sharp diminished. Let's bring everything up again. So let's do this. And then that's what? So we got rid of that. We lowered it. We lowered it. We lowered it. So that's been diminished. All right, that's supposed to have a sharp there, and it's not there. It's been minored. All right, with D sharp, I would probably start with D minor first, and then go up a half step and bring everything up until you get used to seeing these. So I would probably just do this. So D minor is that, right? Because you're supposed to have an F sharp, but it's not there. So that's minor. That's D minor. So bring everything up a half step. So that means this, this, and that. G sharp minor. All right. The key of G is G major. You raise it, and there you go. If you have curiosity, if this had to be D sharp major, you'd have to have a double sharp in it. That's the key of F. All right, so what you gotta do? That's major right here. Yeah, flat it. Okay, key of G sharp. Let's do just G itself. That's major. Everything goes up a half step. There you go. All right, let's do C minor. All right, sorry, C diminished. Okay, so this is C major. You got flat the third, flat the fifth. There's your diminished chord. Well, let's do it this way. The key of E, A flat. Make sure that's a perfect fifth. Now key of A, let's do this. A, there's supposed to be a C sharp here. So if this is key of A, has a C sharp in it, it's not there, so I mean it's flatted. So now we bring everything down. Down, that means this has to be flat. All right, same thing with this one. Let's do this one with everything down a half step. So there's C major, that's C minor. Bring everything up, and then the flat turns into a natural. So there you go. F flat. Oh, great. Okay, let's just do F first. All right, key of F. Everything's fine. So flat everything. All right, C augmented. Well, let's just make a C major chord. augment it, raise the fifth. All right, key of D should be pretty easy. The key of D, there is an F sharp in it. There you go. Key of F, we've already kind of did it already. I'm going to do the F down here. There you go. That's it. All right, and the key of B, there's supposed to be a F sharp and a D sharp. And we lower both of them and we get that. We've been using G a lot lately, so that's just all it is. Key of E sharp, key of E has a G sharp in it. That's been lowered, so makes it minor. That's also been a little bit lowered. We have to do this. That also means also not perfect fifth. Okay, there's a E flat and a D flat. There you go. All right. A, the key of A, there is a C sharp. Augmented, you raise it. There you go. The key of E flat, there's a B flat, there's an E flat. All right, here's G major. It's only one sharp. Have to flat it. There's your B. All right. D is supposed to have an F sharp in it, so we lower that to make it minor. Okay, this is a crazy one, so I'm just going to do this. Okay, I need to make it diminished, so I need to lower the third, lower the fifth. So that means when I raise those, they turn into that. G is pretty easy, just G, B, and D, that's major. Augment it by raising the fifth. All right, E flat augmented. It's supposed to be a perfect fifth. That means there would be a B flat there. It's not putting one there to make it augmented. Key of A, supposed to have a C sharp in there. It's not, lowered it. Then we gotta lower the fifth. Key of F sharp, everything seems supposed to be sharped. Except this one's going to be lowered because it's minor. All right, and there you go.